Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm just having some fun with trying to get like a starter screen or something going. I normally would want to get let it go for like 5, 10 minutes before we start, just to let everyone kind of trickle on in. But you know what? Today we're not going to do that. We're going to say hi to everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome once again. Cat Smith for you. Shetty's Gaming and Tech and BT Maverick. Chad, Cat, and Baby, welcome, 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 welcome. The Icarus, welcome once again, and Wolf. How are you guys doing? So, uh, let's get to one of our first comments. Let's see if we can get into the chat here, and hopefully the chat holds up better this time. Last time it did not. But just to show you what I'm talking about, uh, Shetty's Gaming and Tech, if they actually going to make one without Windows, my body is ready. But if they're just more optimized ally, pass. In reference to a Xbox gaming handheld, and it's a I would say it's the best of both worlds, which will be interesting to see how it goes. So, yeah, BT Maverick, so jacked for all the handheld talk we're getting lately with the Xbox OEM. 100% BT Maverick. I think we're going to be having, like, if you're an Xbox fan, I really do think this direction is going to be good for it. But we'll see. It's the direction I predicted, or at least would hope. I shouldn't say predicted per se, but like partially predicted. But it's the one I suggested they go personally. Doesn't mean that I am always correct in these things or anything like that. But it's just kind of fun to see that it came to fruition for the most part. Um, okay. Uh, so yes, welcome, welcome everyone. Okay, so today's docket. Let's see if we can share this. So yeah. So on today's docket, we're going to be talking about Xbox and their new handheld PC. Then we're going to talk about Xbox's new system, which is most likely going to be a PC. And then we're going to talk about how PlayStation exclusives are going to be on Xbox, while it looks like Switches won't really be on Xbox. So we're going to have some fun with that. And then yes, BT Maverick, I know you're a fan of the Xbox. And Steam, yeah, it's looking like you're going to be eating good for the next, yeah. BT Maverick, you're going to be eating good for the next few years. And in fact, for me, I am excited for this. I'll be honest, I'm actually really excited for this news. It's something I was kind of hoping that they would do. So let's see here. Get this to zoom in just a little bit. Okay, so yeah. The Icarus, I'm holding off on getting a new handheld till this new 2025 release, so I might pivot into getting a PS5 or a Series S in May. Well, I'd hold off on that Series S potentially because the new Xbox will probably be on par as an Xbox Series S. It sounds like they're going to replace it. So, yeah. Um yeah, let's get into this first little bit of news. And then we got some more articles we'll get through, and then if you have anything, throw it my way and we'll throw it up here. Ping me in Discord. I know you guys have been talking a bunch in there, but I've been gearing up for I had other things I had to get done, so I didn't get to those. Man, this has a lot more ads than Arch does. Okay. So, or Arc. Yeah, exclusive Xbox's new hardware plans begin with a gaming handheld set for later this year, with full next gen consoles targeting 2027. 2027. Um, so yeah, right here. New hardware plans begin with a gaming handheld set for later this year, which means holiday seasons. And then the next gen consoles are going to be in 2027, most likely, which seems about right. We've got a leak of the we got a leak, like I believe last year, of Xbox's maybe it was 2 years ago, but their roadmap and their roadmap seemed pretty decent in the sense of what we could expect, and it seemed like it was going to be like it didn't seem like it was a fake roadmap. Like they're not. It really sounds like the next Xbox console is not going to be an Xbox per se, but an Xbox hybrid PC. So, okay, so here's yeah. So if you read through all this, you can notice and see that you can see that they're like propositioning other companies to make this handheld Xbox. And they're also have been working on Windows. So, according to this article and some other leaks and whatnot, the let's see. First up, Microsoft is working with PC gaming OEM Think, Asus, Lenovo, MSI, Razer, etc. on an Xbox branded gaming handheld, surprisingly slated for later in 2025 if plans are met. Code named uh, Keenan uh, Kenan, this gaming handheld will look unmistakably Xbox, we're told, complete with an official Xbox guide button and Xbox design sensibilities. Given that this is a partner device similar to Lenovo's SteamOS partnership with Valve, I expect this handheld to be more PC oriented. Canon is most definitely running full Windows, putting the Microsoft Store and PC Game Pass front and center alongside the ability to install things like Steam. I'm curious how they're going to handle bloatware and stuff like that. Like, and it, well, okay, it says right here, while reducing third-party OEM bloatware that are typically on devices like Lenovo Legion Go and Asus ROG Ally. Um, so it sounds like they're probably going to do some type of cooperative deal. Um, the I'm assuming because their architecture has been in PC technically for a long time, and from my understanding, Xbox has already runs like a slimmed down version of Windows. So us getting something along these lines is very interesting. And I'm actually here for it. That being said, I'm not overly excited for the way Windows is right now. Like if you haven't heard me talk about in the past, I'm kind of going away from Windows. Like my next PC PC is going to probably be Linux based, and then my workstation is going to be Mac based. So I'm going to try to go away from PC as much as I can for a while. That means I'll still probably we'll see. They could fix things with I've talked about going away from things before, and I'll go back. It just depends on how good the ecosystem gets. Uh, Rachie, I'm out. I don't want to get spoilers. Good evening, chat. Rachie, what? No spoilers? I'm not giving any spoilers. Shout out to Jez Corden. Uh, Cass Smith, for you, I'm going to head off. I'm going to buy a new motherboard or CPU, going to eventually get both. Oh, nice. Cass Smith, for you. Building yourself a new PC, huh? J Bro, welcome, welcome, welcome. Ooh, Chad is testing out his first build for, or like his first test, game test on his new PC that he built. That's awesome. Make sure to let us know, Chad, what specs you're getting, like what results you're getting in your game, your PC, your game on your new PC. Release dates, J-Bro, are these Xbox handheld could be coming out this fall, and then the next Xbox system, which is going to be more of a PC, is going to be coming out 2027 most likely. Those are still soft dates. I would be shocked if I would assume that Xbox doesn't hit 2025 Q4. I'm thinking they're gonna be hitting like Christmas season with the Xbox handheld because they're gonna partner up with companies that have already been doing it. They're probably gonna use um, either a custom chipset, and Microsoft has been doing this a really long time, and they have done custom chipsets with AMD. They have done all this so much. I would not be shocked if they could pull something off this year. And I'm sure they've been running their own internal tests over the past few years on test hardware for making a handheld. That being said, it is interesting that they're going this route, and I would actually be shocked if it was anything but Asus. Asus, I think, has the best option for doing, an Xbox handheld. But I'm curious, what do you guys think? Which handheld would you guys expect or want on the Xbox, handheld? What, maker would you want? I don't know what I just said. I'm a little out of it today, so don't mind me. But which of the makers would you want? Asus, Lenovo, MSI, Razer. Uh, uh, Mine is Asus. I do think the Ally is probably one of the best bets because the software. Beyond that, though, um, I haven't tried the MSI yet. Razer could be good, but they're missing some production issues in my opinion, and they need to work on some they just need to work on more of their hardware. It tends to overheat, it tends to have some issues. I really like aesthetically Razer, but performance and quality wise I'm not as big of a fan. So uh th- yeah, I am curious to see how this is going to compete with Steam OS. um and w- when it's really interesting. I could see I don't know if Microsoft is trying to compete with Steam Deck. I'm assuming so, and I'm curious if they should line it up more with a Steam Deck release or have it just come out a little before. And if the Steam Deck 2 couldn't offer that much more performance, you know, it would be interesting to see which would win. Because I don't know about this handheld that Xbox is planning on doing, but if it doesn't offer decent battery life, then I don't know why you would go with it over Steam Deck. On the other side, flipping it over though, on like having an Xbox handheld and the way that they're going to go about doing this, as you read the article more, it talks about Steam and other PC stores being on the Xbox handheld, which is interesting. Because Microsoft, it's I don't know. I will have to see when it comes out because from a like a profitable stance, I guess they're making the money off because they own the games now, and if they release the games through other like Steam and all the other stuff, they'll make money no matter what when they release games. But I'm just curious what their game plan is because when you own, let's say, Xbox and they buy a game on there, you have to buy it through their store, or it also has to be licensed too. So when you buy an Xbox game, I believe Xbox is getting like $10, $20 for every game that you buy from that is licensed to Xbox. So if they go this other route, I'm really curious to see how this goes. That being said, I'm also wondering how well the software and the experience is going to be. Like Windows, if Windows does not have a good enough like game experience, like gaming UI experience, like a really good UI, a way for it to launch up with the uh, game mode being active because it's going to be a PC. Same with the 2027 Xbox is going to be a PC. I'm curious how good the experience is going to be. Let's see what chat's got to say. Let's see here. Um, Cat Smith for you. For you, no, I'm upgrading my current computer. Nice, upgrading his. He's upgrading his motherboard. A first party handheld is coming 2027. Oh, Icarus, is that what's going on? Um, so that would make sense, but this is still going to be Windows, and from my understanding, from what I've read, there it's going to have a window or a gaming experience, meaning it sounds like they're going to have the ability to have like a game mode, kind of like SteamOS's game mode. Uh, please have trackpads. BT Maverick, I highly doubt it will have trackpads. It will probably be like an Asus Ally. Um, are there two Xbox handhelds or only one? I saw someone is said third party and Xbox themselves. Well, they're coming out with um, an Xbox system, from my understanding, and maybe that's being construed as a second handheld. But from this article, yeah, it, let's see, let's believe it's in this article. Because indeed, our sources indicate that Microsoft's internal successor to Xbox Series X and S platform has been fully greenlit all the way up to CEO Satya. For now, I understand. And Microsoft's next gen hardware plans, including a premium successor to the powerful Xbox Series X, alongside its own Xbox gaming handheld and several new controller options. Tentatively, these we're going to be getting an Xbox like handheld this year, most likely. Um, probably, I really feel like Microsoft is probably working and has been working on a game mode for Windows for a while, and so they'll have a temporary. I mean, this is the best of both worlds. Meaning, to get the in order to get Xbox into the hand, like a handheld Xbox into our hands soon enough, they are going to have to go this route of doing a third party. And then that's probably to fill this gap of what people want and why their stuff's suffering. And it's also going to play really well into the Game Pass, right? So this is all around going to be a very good thing for Xbox fans that want a handheld now that will support maybe more exclusives. Once again, if it's exclusive or maybe even exclusively on Xbox, I believe pretty much all Xbox games work on the PC, and going this route is also going to allow them to have a portable Xbox experience without too much degradation in their experience. Meaning, they're going to be that all they have to okay, all they have to really do is port a lot of the UI over from the Xbox to the to Windows as a game mode. So when and you can activate it like on startup, and you can switch between it. And Windows, like I've already mentioned, Xbox already runs Windows Lite, and so them like I'm surprised they haven't done this yet. But this is going to be like a band aid. Personally, I'm actually for this. I actually am really curious to see how this goes. Um, if it's later in this year, there's a good chance I could get it. If it's earlier in this year, I'm already booked up with what I'm buying. I'm buying, or at least I'm going to really attempt to buy um, the framework desktop. I really like that concept, and make myself a homemade Steam OS, Steam Deck, oh my gosh, Steam machine. Okay, let's see what you guys have to say. Both Steam and Xbox at Lenovo event. I want the minimum of at least one Lenovo trackpad with the ROG Ally X battery and power with Steam Deck OS. There you go. I mean, it's not a bad wish list. I doubt you're going to get trackpad. Oh well, I doubt. Who knows? Who knows? It depends on which one. If Lenovo's doing it, there probably will be a trackpad. If it's Asus, probably not. This Xbox handheld, I think, is a test bed. Won't be something they're going to push yet. Lumkey. Yeah. So here's my thing. They're probably going to work on a very fine-tuned Xbox handheld that's going to be very custom. I really hope they go PlayStation's route of making like it a very um tactile experience, because the PS5 controller, this thing is really nice. I really like using a PlayStation 5 controller. So I really hope that they go this route of making it so it has a really good force feedback and resistive triggers and stuff like that. Welcome, 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 Andre. Um, Lomkey, if they make Windows Update better, it may turn off people in this into Steam OS if Steam OS just much better. So Lomkey, this could actually flip some people over to Windows back from Steam OS because you're going to be able to play a lot of online games with this, and people are actually, I think, craving that. I've noticed it in the chat and comments and stuff like that on my videos that people want something that they can play online and kind of almost guaranteed. And most games aren't too demanding that are online based. So yeah. Rachie, I'm going to the club. I bought myself a used filament 3D printer and used resin 3D printer with a resin dryer. Ooh, good job. Like that's awesome, Rachie. Um, Chad is getting an average of 70 frames per second on ultra settings in total Warhammer 3 in 4K. Honestly, I've not run that game before. Uh, I know the Warhammer or the total computer. Come here. I have Loki right here. Don't mind my dog. Okay, so the first handheld coming this year is third party. They plan on coming out with their own handheld in 2027. There, Chris. Yep. Um, I'm way behind on your guys' comments. Let's fast forward. Steam Deck symmetrical sticks are higher and your thumbs are more relaxed. I agree with that, BT Maverick. And I don't know. I hope that it's not quite like the AC. I don't know. I'll have to say this. I think that the ROG Allies controller or like their controls are actually fairly comfortable. They're not as good as the Steam Decks, but for that type of console, I really like it. Jade, you think they'll add physical copies for the handheld like the PSP? I no, I highly doubt it, and I bet you. Here's the thing: I bet you the next console won't have it. I bet you Xbox is going in all in on digital and streaming, and they're going all in on PC, and a lot more people are going PC. So just kind of expect that. Uh, I would go into the next Xbox generation that's destined for 2027 as a very transformative direction for Xbox. And hopefully it's better than their Xbox One TV pass through. So we'll see. We'll see. BT Maverick doesn't like the dual sense. Yeah, I honestly I get used to the analog sticks on the dual sense. I really like them. But I've had to get really used to them and have to set my thumbs in a certain way. I agree though. Like it's that's the only downside to the PS5 controller. And I don't know. I feel like I rest them maybe a little higher. Like I don't rest them like you normally would, but I have been using PlayStation for a while, so I've gotten used to it over the years. Um, so Chad, you haven't even overclocked your 4080 Super. I don't know if you need to. Like that's 70s plenty for Ultra 4K, but go for it. Raichi, the Windows blow is the biggest obstacle. I agree. Uh, RJ Ally X, pretty good. It's already in the market. It runs online games, and that's not overly selling like hotcakes like Steam Deck. I think they're going come for many of the wrong reasons. Lomkey, I mean, yeah, I'm curious how well these devices are going to do comparatively. Um, I really, I really am curious to see if the Xbox handheld that comes out this year will do as well as they hope. I think if it's powerful enough to run all the Xbox games in their current lineup, at least at 30 frames or higher, which I know is I know that's a tall order, guys, but here, like, who knows? Especially if it's first party, they might be able to force some of these dev companies, to optimize their games even more. But if they can pull that out of their hat, I think that the handheld will do really well. But they do run the risk of playing it too safe or throwing something out there that's half baked. Either way, like half baked meaning like they try to make it so that it can play everything, or too safe to where it doesn't play that many actual Xbox games. I'm curious to see where they're going with this. Um, or maybe Xbox Game Pass will be a first party kind of thing. So when you launch it up, you can go straight into like X into the Game Pass. There's a good chance there's that. Um, yeah. So BT Maverick, I'll bet you $70 game that Xbox will have a first party made console. Yeah, BT Maverick, they are going to have a first party. We already talked about that. They're in 2027. They're going to have two. BT Maverick. Hopefully by then, Dead Space 4 will be out. Oh my gosh, why'd you have to mention that? I hope so too, because Dead Space 4, 3 ended on a cliffhanger, and I at least need to know how it all ends. As much as people don't like Dead Space 3, I liked it just fine. It wasn't as good as 1 and 2, but I want a fourth. Okay, so yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. Like and thanks. I believe it was Rachie. Was it Rachie? Was it you Rachie or Lomke that mentioned uh that there's actually going to be a truly first party Xbox handheld. And I it'll be interesting because we need innovation and reasons why to buy this stuff. I think even PlayStation 5, I don't think is selling as well as the previous generations. Like they just don't offer quite enough compared to the previous generations. And they're backwards compatible and people are just waiting and money and a bunch of other there's just so many other reasons. Plus on top of that, PCs go a really long ways and PCs are becoming more popular too. You buy a PC, it will work for generation to generation. You get a new PC, it will continue working. So we're going to see, I think, a disruptive market when it comes to consoles and some other stuff the next 10 years as Steam OS gets more traction, as Steam Deck gets more traction, as Xbox tries their big pivot to try to be more relevant. PlayStation will probably stick to a similar plan along with Nintendo, but I could see PlayStation going to a PlayStation, like a true PlayStation Portable, and I could see both PlayStation and Xbox going to um, have games that are coming out maybe on the next console. I could see honestly, PlayStation, Xbox tend to mirror each other when I do certain things, and so like graphics wise, they usually are fairly similar. But I could see PlayStation coming out with um, a PlayStation handheld uh next release, like their next gen, that will be like an Xbox Series S and then have their regular PlayStation 6. So they can have a PlayStation 6 portable and a PlayStation 6. Honestly, that would be probably a safe bet to go that route. And if they play it right, they could make it so that it's backwards compatible with AMD, or not AMD, because of AMD with the PlayStation 4 and 5. It won't look quite as good as PlayStation 6, but because everything is optimized for PlayStation and for these different generations, like I couldn't see why they couldn't. Man, I have like hair. couldn't see why they wouldn't just work. Xbox probably going to be the same thing. So time around, like this previous generation or this current generation, I should say, Xbox Series S was a bizarre choice. Like for me, for just um, so I could see if they want to go those two tiered routes. I just don't know cost wise if it would make it any sense though. But going a dedicated handheld an Xbox handheld, like I don't know what the next Xbox would be called, but I do know that they're talking about them being hybrids, PCs, like they're dedicated. Um, it even says in here uh, that the next console will be able to have like Steam and stuff on it. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting, that's for sure. BT Maverick, it should be destroying the marker on Earth for Dead Space 4. Of 100%. They're like that's the thing. They are headed towards Earth, and who knows what's going to happen, and that's why we need more Dead Space. Jay, I wonder if you'll be able to play on the TV with the Xbox handheld. With the one coming out this year, you will be. Guarantee you'll be able to plug it into a TV with a dock. With the one coming in the future, they might do maybe uh switch to 1 and 2 kind of style where you dock it and get better performance. Lumkey, let's see what happens. I say I don't think it's going pan out well unless they like Xbox do their own. They're not Microsoft shareholders. Um, well, Xbox do their own thing. I mean, yeah, we'll see how an Xbox handheld goes. I think putting it onto an OEM like Asus, I think is the smart route for this year. People want portable devices, but we'll see if they want it that bad. I personally consume all my games and everything. So yeah, let's see here. This is just more of kind of more on this topic. Sorry. Yeah, let's keep on going. Don't mind me. Okay, now, this is one I was planning on for later, but we'll talk about it a little bit. BlizzCon returns to Anaheim Convention Center in 2026. They went a few years without having a BlizzCon. Is my stream kind of lagging? It could be you. I know I'm having internet issues today. Like I don't know what it is, but my internet's having some issues. So there's a chance I will end the stream semi early today. So we'll get through this. Let me know though. BlizzCon returns to Anaheim Convention Center, like I said. This is an interesting one because let's see, 2023. So they weren't there last year. They're not going to be there this year, but next year they are. And I think that we're going to be getting some big titles. What would you like to see Blizzard make? I'm really curious what you guys have to think on this one because I definitely have a few titles that I'm hoping for. Oh yeah, J bro, I did see the Samsung Galaxy that they're making. We can look at that too. In fact, let me do that. Let's see. Nintendo. Okay, well, we'll look at it through the eyes of Nintendo, but we're gonna save that towards the end. Okay, so uh, the reason I bring this up is it gives me some hope. We'll see. So as these companies reinvest into like good developers for their studios, which I'm hoping they are doing, we'll see. This will be a make or break for a lot of these big game studios. Diablo 4 did fine. I think it could have done better. I think it did fine though. But I'm curious what you guys would want to see Blizzard wise. If you have a favorite, Blizzard is iconic for my childhood. Warcraft 3, Starcraft 2, um, Warcraft, World of Warcraft actually is one that I played a Starcraft 3. I bet you they've been working on a couple of different projects, but I bet you we could see a StarCraft 3 or something in the StarCraft universe. They have not done anything with that in a decade, I think, right? I feel like it's been almost a decade. Um, so it's about time for a good StarCraft. Like obviously, if you've played StarCraft, the Jim Raynor from it, like is one of the biggest characters in that is moving, it's moved on. Essentially, Sarah Kerrigan and Jim Raynor, they're they're done. Their epic's done. So we could be seeing a whole new refresh of the StarCraft 3 or the StarCraft universe with StarCraft 3, and that's what I'm really hoping for. I think World of Warcraft is just overblown. It's just too much. Like I can't get into it or anything else, even though I like the Warcraft series. I'd love to see a Warcraft 4. I'd love to see a Warcraft 4. Like I'd love to see it. Something that is just an epic RTS, but I'd still prefer StarCraft. So that's me. I don't know about you guys if you guys are interested in this type of stuff. Um Lumkey, I think a lot of important people who knew how to make games are gone. I agree, Lumkey, but here's the interesting thing with generations. The gaming industry had probably has had multiple generations of game developers at this point. So, and the reason why I say this is a make or break is that some of the game developers from the 90s and 2000s are retiring or moving on to their own studios and making it and getting ready to retire. That whole cohort, you couldn't expect them to be around forever. And we're getting to that point, even if they didn't leave for any reason or whatnot, even with the crap goes on at Blizzard over the decade. Same thing with BioWare. BioWare is already struggling, but Mass Effect 4 will be its make or break. And whatever next new IP or IP major that comes out that's not like a Diablo 4, I think that was a lucky play with theirs, because Diablo 4 or yeah, just Diablo 4 is a lot like Diablo 3. In my opinion, it looks much better. So at least the graphic people are still there, the graphic designers. Um, I still do feel like they have they've retained some of their art style, but they need some of that like storytelling that they've always had and whimsical. And hopefully, they don't try to make it too realistic or anything like that. And they see the vision, and we can hope that Blizzard gets their shit together now that they've gotten rid of hopefully the big dogs at like all the sea levels that were causing all the issues. There's a good chance they have. Like that's my thing with Microsoft. As much as we hate or have hated them acquiring game studios, I think the game studios that they acquired were going to die. Blizzard, I think, was going to die. They were going to die from neglect. It was pretty obvious. They hadn't released game that was decent in years. So, with this new um, direction they're going, hopefully, we could see a lot of new young talent that is that has been inspired by previous games come up to play and hopefully build something. Just because some of the original people are gone does not mean that the torch cannot be passed on. I will put that out there right now. The torch can be passed on if you want these IPs to continue. If it cannot be passed on, and we're hitting that stride, we're hitting that realm of finding out. We're going to find out within the next 5 to 10 years, I think, at the most 10 years. But we're in the next 5 years, I think we're going to find out if Microsoft's purchases of these IPs are going to be worth it, and if this vision can be passed along, or else IPs are going to die, and we're only going to like you can only expect game IPs to last for so long before they're retired for some new type of IPs. So we'll see. I think it can be done, um, but we'll see. Call of Duty keeping Blizzard alive. Maybe now, not wow, not sure about now, but let's see what happens. 100% low key. But here's my thing: Call of Duty is also probably going to be start to go on the downtrend a little bit. Meaning, I think it's going to cash cow itself for a while, but it's even getting a little lackluster. And there's also competition and a bunch of other stuff kind of entering. There's a I am gonna have to hook up my Ethernet. Sorry, I don't know if you got it cut off for you guys, but like I gotta hook up my Ethernet next time. Okay, so sorry about that. A little bit of a issue. Like I said, we're gonna brush through these topics, and then we'll be done. So that because I just don't, I can't. I've been having issues with my Wi-Fi all night. Okay, agreed. Xbox is going to get more games going under Blizzard. Um, Hopefully that StarCraft Ghost game. Yeah, Microsoft could go the milking route. I don't think they're going to. I don't think it's smart for them. I think they're going to let the devs do what like at least better than what let's say Blizzard was going to do. They're going to let the devs kind of decide. Maybe they'll get a little bit involved, but from my understanding, Microsoft's going to be a little less hands on. We'll see though. We could 100% see yes, BT Maverick. It does pause. I'm sorry. We're gonna end this soon because I have to look on my internet um for next time, but that's okay. I next time I think should be like the special stream, and I will have giveaways next time, and I'll be promoting it and everything. So it's gonna be fun. Okay, so yeah, StarCraft Ghost. I bet you they'll rehash something with StarCraft Ghost. I think they should. I think honestly, Nova, who I believe Starcraft Ghost follows, I don't think it's Kerrigan, it's Nova, is a really good person that, and she's in StarCraft 2 in the later expansions. She's a great person to champion StarCraft 2's like or StarCraft 3. So she'd be a good one. Call of Duty is dying since 2012. Well, yeah, but it still makes millions of dollars. Rachie, has an Xbox consumer, as an Xbox consumer, I am tired of Microsoft buying pew pew shoot shoot, shot shot gun game studios. Yeah, I agree with that, but you know what? It sells. So, okay, let's get on to the next thing. This thing is exciting. But oh, is it so effing expensive? So, Analog's 4K Nintendo 64 launches in 2025 for $249. It's been delayed. Well, it was supposed to come out late last year, and we're bringing this up because it's coming out this quarter. It, it has a few weeks left. Q1 is almost over. But I gotta say, it looks awesome. And and we might have covered this, but I just wanted to bring this back up so you guys know that if you want an N64, I don't know, maybe I said Xbox, but an N64 because is coming, and it can handle wireless controllers, and it looks like it can handle N64 controllers, which those do not last very long. So hopefully they're making new ones. It can play N64 games that you plug into it, which I don't have an N64, and I want to start collecting my consoles again. I've only ever owned an N64 once, and it was like like I got the original N64, and it was like had some issues or it was like buggy or something like that, and so we returned it. They didn't have any more N64, so I got PlayStation, and that's why I became a PlayStation fanboy, give or take. I mean, I still enjoy Xbox and everything else. I just never owned an N64. Okay, backstory for me, I guess, if you guys cared. So, oh, it even has its own 3DOS. What does that even mean? So it's going to have its own. So it's like an emulator, but kind of not. I'm really curious to see how this is going to go. and is it really expensive? Let's we can go into there's the to here. The future is here, which is, to be fair, hilarious that they're saying the future is here when it's an N64 uh that's from the past, 20 years. A reimagining of the N64 in 4K resolution, 10 times the resolution of the original N64, the first and perhaps greatest multiplayer system of all time. Analog 3D is 100% compatible with every original N64 game ever made. Region free, Bluetooth, uh, this low energy, dual band Wi-Fi, 4 original style controller ports, entirely new next generation analog hardware featuring 3D OS. Engineered entirely in FPGA, no emulation. That is actually very impressive. Now, do I need an N64 with 4K resolution? F no, I don't need that. Why are they doing this? I have no clue why they're doing 4K. Honestly, it's probably going to look worse unless they have some type of upscaling. We'll see. We'll see if they have some decent upscaling and decent um hardware. Because I don't. Well, so I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do this because there's a whole operating system on top of this, but the hardware is not going to be emulating anything, or at least there's not going to be software emulation. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. That being said, it is flippin' expensive. Yeah. If you can find the games that are costly, unless you go the wrong way. Lumkey, yes, they are costly. Just to throw that up there. Um, but it's a fun collectible, and I agree, it is costly, but it's a fun, and they're cartridges, so it's a little bit better than CDs to collect. BT Maverick, everyone is saying Call of Duty is dying for so long, yet it is the one dominating. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I see that, Rachie. Raichi, Ocarina of Time is still the go of gaming. Disagree. Hard disagree. The only Zelda that I really like is Wind Waker. And I don't even know if I can go back and play it. You need to, because good CRT are getting rare. Yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Jay, that looks cool, but I would rather buy the original N64. Honestly, I think if this is compatible with CRT TVs also, which I mean, I'm assuming you can get HD, like I probably wouldn't work out as well. But hmm, I, it probably, I don't know. It will probably be cheaper to buy an original N64 than to buy this thing. If you guys did not see the price for this, it's expensive. Um, the unmistakable signature and soul of the CRTV or CRT on your HDTV in 4K. Um, it will look, let's just say it will be interesting to see how this. I really want to see an actual person play this. I do think they're going the smart route of partnering them with 8BitDo. I do like their stuff. Like I have their keyboard still. I really like it. I think they make awesome gamer tech. Yeah, I love to see this type of thing. I actually hope that Analog does like some PlayStation, some other stuff. Um, I have a lot of hope for this. An SD card in the back, power, USB, HDMI. Yeah, okay. I wonder if it's going to be compatible with the cartridges inside of N64 controllers. Kind of curious about that. What's in the box is an analog 3D, 16 gigabyte SD card, pre-installed, HDMI cable, USB cable, worldwide USB-C. Interesting, it does not come with a controller. Uh, let's go over to the price. This thing's $250. It's out of stock too. Like, it's a hot item. Jay, why would old games be played on 4K or HD? Well, because CRTV. So Gardner Bryant, he has from the podcast I'm on. He has a CRT. TV. He has an old school TV. I don't think I could handle it right now, managing such a big TV in my room, my office, or just a lot of places. Maybe one day I'll try to get like the smallest big screen TV, and once I get like my final resting place and have it. But as of right now, that's not going to happen. So this is the second best option for me. It's just to have I have a switch, like a big HDMI switch that I can just switch between my different consoles. So once again, though, I probably won't be getting this anytime soon, but it's really cool. I wouldn't mind getting one in the future, but right now I have other things and other projects that I'm going to be working on. Lumkey, my 8-bit Go Do controller button started not to work, being less than a year old. Really, Lumkey? I'm pretty sure that would fall under their limited. Uh, oh, oh, these are like actual little bit legit, like 64-bit controllers. Oh, I didn't even notice that. They have the little notches. You could. They're probably still under warranty. Lumkey. I. This is interesting. This is very interesting. So they, huh? I actually don't like the original N64 controller. So I kind of like the idea of getting something like this, especially if I want my kids to try it out. I would definitely get something like this, but mm, I don't know. The original, I'd also get original too. I'm a sucker for OG also. Raichi for glorious 4K Guardo triangles. Yes, you gotta get you gotta get that spicy stuff in. Let's see here. We already got. I think we already have like a pretty good idea of like what this is gonna have. It's like it's like if the N64 was made today with worse graphics, but has a decent interface, right? Speaking of Apido, this is the keyboard I have. The different variant of this one, the Nintendo NES like version, and I really like it. I love that. Is that is that a Dreamcast? Doesn't look quite right. Um, yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. They what is this? Is this a mouse? Oh, wait. Oh, it's a charger. Apado Retro R8 mouse Xbox edition. I don't like those side buttons. I know this has become shopping channel now. Well, thank you for the kind words. So school Xbox right here. I think that is awesome. Shopping revealed exactly. Need to have a whole shop. I'm thinking about doing. I'm thinking of so guys. I'm thinking about April Fool's coming up, and I'm going to be doing a video. I just I gotta figure it out what I'm going to be doing. But I'm going to be working on something, so watch out for that. And then also, I am going to be uh toying around with the Mac channel. Honestly, more or less to troll the people out, troll the host, my hosts at off the console. But we'll see. I might do like one video. But that's besides the point. Lumkey still using the Arc browser. Does not look like from here. I am using it to actually stream on, but I'm presenting the page and everything with the Zen browser. I thought I was getting kind of frustrated with the Zen browser, but it ended up being my internet's going in and out while I was preparing and everything. So I like the Zen browser quite a bit. But yeah, customizable side buttons. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of I don't typically go for this transparent plastic, but I'm kind of digging this. Kind of digging this. BT Maverick still waiting for Apodot or GameSir to get that Steam license outside of that other controller. I agree, BT Maverick, but I would like to see them. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to beat my PlayStation 5 controller anytime soon. And there's a lot of games that are actually compatible with the PlayStation 5 controller. Um, Raichi, I think Games Revealed switched to an AMD GPU. This is why he is freezing. I have not switched to Raichi. Damn it. I no, it is not. I have not switched to anything anytime. I'm still on the Mac. It's the M freezing, and it's actually my internet. A new Oblivion game, like an Elder Scrolls Oblivion game. Why would that? Okay, or is that the Oblivion series? What is that mouse? It's an Xbox style mouse. I kind of like it. Oops, damn it. I kind of like it. What can I say? There's a. This is one I need for the Steam Deck. I'm not even kidding. Um, Man, they make so much good stuff. I really need to get in contact. Okay, I should be back. Yeah, we're gonna be ending this soon. But yeah, this NES mouse. Oh, the remake. Oh, I never finished Oblivion. I'm hoping that if they do remake Elder Scrolls Oblivion, that they at least double or triple the armor, the horse armor, because I think back then DLC used to be cheap. I think they could at least get like $30-$40 out of that horse armor. Um, Nazim, did you ever try ray tracing? What I'm talking about? Well, of course you didn't. Um, BT Maverick Oblivion is getting a Unreal Engine 5 remake, and it's coming out this year. That would be interesting. I don't know if hopefully they get more voice actors. Yeah, BT Maverick will be interesting. That's an interesting choice. The best Steam Deck accessories are 20% off this week. No Steam Deck owner should be without at least one of these add-ons. Now, this is I just saw this. I have not vetted this fully, but if you guys need a pillow, a, a mechanism gaming pillow, who doesn't? I mean, I don't, but who does? You got Deckmate, which still haven't heard back from them after trying to partner with them. But I mean, I've liked my Deckmate stuff. I like it. Um, I think it's good. It's a good flexible kit if you need something like that. Um, and they're 20% off. So make sure to go on over to. I don't really want to support Amazon right now, but go to Amazon. No mechanism to get the discounts on that, or at discounted at Amazon. Okay, moving on. Oh yeah, JSOX also has a battery and thermal upgrade kit with back cover for ROG Ally. So if you, I think this is for the original Ally, right? It's not for the Ally X. This one's very tempting. For $80 to get much like bigger battery, because I think the battery is originally 40 watts. I wouldn't be doubling it, but I'd be getting an extra half hour out of that thing. That is very tempting. Hmm. We're gonna save this. Let's see if I can pin this. Pin tab. Okay, so we're gonna pin that because I might actually end up getting that. I'm really curious on that because I do have my Ally, and I haven't used it in a couple of months. Oh yeah, If you guys did not know, Assassin's Creed Shadows will support Steam Deck at release. Ubisoft confirms. Yes, you'll be able to play the latest Assassin's Creed game on Valve's gaming handheld from day one, which I'm very skeptical, guys. I'm very skeptical. I don't know about you guys. I don't think it's going to happen very well. Meaning, I think it's going to say it is, but it's going to be very poorly optimized. Because I don't think any of the, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know if any of the other Assassin's Creed run really that well, unless it's really old ones on the Steam Deck. So unless they made some major changes to the engine, I just don't see it happening. That being said, it's awesome. I want to see more titles support the Steam Deck. Many of you have been asking about Steam Deck. We are happy to say that we are supporting Steam Deck at launch, and we are currently awaiting the level of classification from Valve. So maybe Valve reached out to them, maybe not, but this is actually a much bigger news story. If you're a Steam Deck fanboy, then, and I honestly, I should do a dedicated video on this. Um, then this is a very good thing if you're a fanboy. I'm a big fan of the Steam Deck. I'm a big fan of wanting to make my own Steam machine this year. I think this is a good direction. So just let me know if you. Well, I'm curious what you guys think. Do you think this is going to? Do you think it's going to do well? We'll see. I'm I'm just skeptical. I do like that companies are coming out to say that they're going to try to do or that they're going to support the Steam Deck. But and so I do like that trend, but will they become demoralized if they try to do it and it doesn't work as well and people get frustrated and buy the game on their Steam Deck and it doesn't work properly? That's my fear. So this is a double-edged sword kind of thing. It's really good to help because the more people buy the Steam Deck, the more people play games on the Steam Deck, especially from places like Ubisoft and all that, the more viable they see it, and they'll make it more games from the get go dedicated for it. Not dedicated per se, but optimized for it. It's a good thing. And by the time Steam Deck 2 comes out, maybe we'll have a whole ecosystem of just like that is the bare minimum, like we've been wanting. Icarus AC Mirage played decently on Steam Deck. Oh, good to know. Thank you, BT. Sorry, Icarus. Yes, Wolf. Don't forget to bash the like button with your crowbar and also subscribe if you have not done so. Steam Spring Sale is tomorrow. I did not know that. That's cool. I've bought so much stuff that we'll see. Maybe we'll buy something on the Steam sale. I'm excited for this, guys. Tony Hawk 3 and 4 is going to have Doomslayer, which seems a little cheesy, but it's fun. It's fun. I'm always here for some doom slaying. Revenant, this was a weird one. I mean, I get the Doom guy. Revenant, not sure if I will. Now having the Doom gear, I'm down for that. It's weird though. But that being said, 3 and 4, I actually quite liked these games and they look really good. And the way they're making them, they might as well just make a new Tony Hawk like Underground. That's actually what I really want is a Tony Hawk Underground. Not necessarily what this is per se. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm excited for this, but yeah. So it's coming out in a couple months. Like I said, it has its issues. 3 and 4 have its issues, but I'm really excited for more. Is that like okay? I was gonna say, is that like the whole Invisible? So yeah, I don't know if you guys are big Tony Hawk fans. I've skateboarded growing up. I still skateboard a little bit now. Usually it's letting Loki pull me on. It just brings back good memories and having like Tony Hawk Underground. Oh, damn, this thing's freezing up again. Uh, having Tony like is such a nostalgia kick for me. So I'm 100% here for it. Not sure. I think they will have problem day one. You think so, Lumkey, with the uh new Assassin's Creed? Yeah, I could see that. I definitely think that they'll have some issues day one. I think they're gonna have issues day one. Well, they have pushed it back a few times, but I think they're gonna have issues day one, no matter what, whether it be on Steam Deck or whatnot. So just to save you guys some headache, we're not going to go through that because I don't know if I'm going to be cut off again. But let's cover the last thing that's on Wolf. I don't think I'm downloading anything. I think my Wi-Fi is overloaded because I have a certain someone here on it down in the basement, and he's using it. So I probably maybe I need to get another. I have a mesh network of two. I need to get a third, and I'll put it downstairs. BT Maverick, Tony Hawk, another big drop in Game Pass. Ooh, that is one that I don't know if I'm. They need to bring Game Pass to Steam Deck. That's the thing. If I want to see Xbox slash Microsoft Game Pass Steam Deck, 100% will be a buyer of it. If I can play it on the Steam Deck easily and download my games, I'm down. I don't. Oh, what are these? What are these buttons? Oh no, these are analog sticks. They're just really wait, are they analog sticks? Wait, what am I looking at, guys? I do not like that. Do they fold out? Oh, they fold in on each other. Okay. So in order to make it compatible, these are holes, and when it closes, the analog stick on the other side goes into it. I don't like it. I don't like this. It's an interesting concept though that Samsung's coming out with, a foldable game gaming device. Gaming PC, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Is it even a PC? Is it just Android? It's probably just Android, right? I don't know if I want holy button layout. I don't like it. Uh Cloud gaming. Yeah, I think Microsoft needs to divest. Like they're already have screwed up Windows so much to the point where there's a chance they cannot come back from it, meaning it will degrade and like and have issues over the years, and people will just kind of jettison and get away from it. We'll see though. We'll see. A couple of big time players will have to start like games alone, right? If every game was compatible with Steam OS, it would probably hurt the share of Windows quite a bit. Me, Unreal Engine works just a little bit better on Windows, so it's really hard for me to fully go, but I'm trying really hard to get a Mac this sometime in the next year that will run Unreal, or I might even switch over to Godot as my, but I don't want to do it with this game that I'm working on because I'm already into it. But yeah. Just partially because I'm getting kind of tired of my Windows experience getting messed up. I feel like all the time. It used to not be that way. It's just been in the past year and even on other devices. Um, Braichi, yeah, Windows degradation is real. That this is why they ask us to upgrade to stronger hardware. Yeah, I mean well, I mean the operating systems are always going to push some of the limits. Even Mac OS, like you wouldn't want to run the current version of Mac OS on like a 10-year-old Mac system. I mean, I don't think you can even, but that's why you wouldn't want to. So the Steam Deck accessory sale is happening on Amazon and some other stuff, but if you want a link to it, Polygon has a sales guide. So they have a bunch of things, and I'll throw it into chat for you guys. Okay. So I am pretty much done. We've run through it all. I think it's really cool to have something foldable. I don't like I just don't like it. I'll be honest. I'd rather play on my phone's touchscreen than this, but it will probably be for someone, or maybe some people will like it. I j I just don't like it. Uh, and maybe I'm just like a grumpy old man. I don't like those controls, so, uh, okay, we're pretty much done. As always, I've been working on my website for a few like, for 2 months, like, again, like, meaning, on and off work on it, but I've been working on it pretty actively for the past, and I'm getting I I just wanted to be in a good place before launching it, so this is just a quick update. Expect by next week to at least have a portion of it launched here with a giveaway on the leaderboard. So whoever it might, we'll figure it out. It will either be a giveaway based on points that people earn from watching, commenting, whatever, or from doing other things on the website. So it will be in beta because you'll be able to collect points and win stuff, or at least win some things. Like I'm trying not to make it too attract too many people that I don't that are there just there for free stuff, but to really just be there for people that want to help contribute to just the ecosystem that we have, the community we have, and be fun. So, damn it. Okay. Um, I only said damn it because it looks like it paused for a second. I do see Microsoft making Linux distro if there's no fighting it anymore. They did it with their server space. Yeah, they did, Lomke. They did 100%. There is a good chance that they could go over uh they could go over to Linux. And honestly, a Unix based system would probably be really good for them to move over to, as it's just a better architecture. Windows is really old. No, I mean, so is Linux and Unix though, but it's just fundamentally not quite as good. So, okay, guys, I'll have more to come out next week. I'm still working on stuff. We'll have some more announcements in the next few weeks. We'll have some good stuff coming. Don't worry. As of right now, I'm going to go rest because I have actually not been feeling great. So, thank you guys. See you next.